jewelry artist slash tutor from the United States of America, or from America. Uh, and I wanted to talk to you about isolation because, I mean, I don't know about you, but it's been like hindering our family. So last year I sent my boys back to school and we got sick, and I'm like, okay, well, I just need to build my immune system. And then this year I sent my daughter back to school, my youngest daughter to physical school instead of keeping her in homeschool. And she's really happy and she's enjoying it and stuff. But we did get, pretty sick. We got like type A flu, COVID, and then some other kids got strep, but we didn't, thank goodness. And a thrush for Jaina. I guess it's where she's like in the lower grades. I don't know. Anyways, so I gotta get. What did I do with my CDN? I'm gonna start making some necklaces for my kids with some symbols in them here shortly. So it takes me for like ever to do almost anything. Let's see, what else was I going to talk about? It's really hard holding this camera and recording. I'd almost rather do it on my GoPro. But I can only run it for like 15 minutes and then it overheats. But it's a really, really good camera. So let me see if I can get my book going here.
You've been getting scammed out.
Try to use the earbuds, John. I'm doing a live. Because it's just like a little bit easier. Okay, so when I was 13, on September 11th, I hurt my leg. It came on the TV when all that happened with September 11th and stuff. And then my parents came and got me halfway through the day. And I went home. I stayed home that next day, and I went and jumped on my friend's trampoline, and I broke my knee, like the artery, the ligaments, the cartilage, everything just broken out. And then I had to go through being bedfast for 9 months and on crutches for 3 months, or no, a walker, then crutches, then therapy for like a whole year because I had to learn how to walk again. And I developed a drug addiction to prescription medication, and that we didn't know that could happen at that point in time. Doctors didn't even know, But anyways, let's see here. Where else was I going to go? Okay, so after that, my parents divorced, and we moved to Colioca, Tennessee, I think. We lived there, and I met John, and he whisked me off. Because, I had a pretty rough childhood, but, it's hard being a parent. It is hard being a parent. It ain't easy, and, our souls are neither good nor bad, but, it made me who I am today, and it made me stronger, what I had to go through there. I also lost my insurance because then you had to have a kid in order to have insurance from the government or a job, a really good job to have Blue Cross Blue Shield or something like that. And we just couldn't afford it, even with working, Gosh, my heart's flying. I am so wild. I have isolated since 2019. We completely just started living a completely different way. We've made our own world, and I can talk to people better online typed in than I can in real person, and I'm personally trying to work on helping that. So I've been getting out, and I'm really happy to see music coming back, like people that haven't posted on YouTube in 14 years, like anywhere from 16 to 14 years since coronavirus started. Anyways, from that, but well, go get you a salad. No, I ain't got no salad, darling. I'm live, so this is going to be a recording. So if you're watching this in the future, that'll probably look weird. John, can you watch the comments and be my mod, please?
Yeah.
Where was I at? I lost my train of thought. Oh boy, I hate when that happens, don't y'all? Oh, coronavirus. I'm so excited to see people posting music and doing concerts again. It's really happy to see that. So we lived in a 3-bedroom apartment, or a 1-bedroom apartment with 6 people in it for 5 years after, because we moved up here and then, well, I'll have to, oh my gosh, my train of thought. Okay. Well, where was I at again? Can you help me if I get lost? I'll catch it again in a minute. I don't know. It's really hard to conversate sometimes, but that's okay. That's only human. It is only human. We lived in a 3-bedroom apartment, and I started a small business, which is making jewelry and teaching people how to make jewelry. And I make it out of real silver and real gemstones and sell it. Right now, I'm hooked on an obsidian, so if you like crystals, you better keep you some obsidian with you. And if you know what it represents, then, you'll know why. But there is a spiritual battle going on in our country right now, in our nation, I think. I know I'm not the only one that feels like this. I cannot be the only one that feels like this, y'all. Anyways, I started my business, and I worked my way up to where I could move into a government-assisted housing. And there you can pay $300 for a 4-bedroom, or something like that, or for a 3-bedroom, which is a bit cheaper than I could find anything else. Because where we were living at before in London, Kentucky, we were paying $600 a month for a 3-bedroom or for a 1-bedroom apartment for 6 people. When we lived there together for 5 years when COVID hit, my kids' books were named in their bags, and they went to computers. It was just a blur. I don't even remember how we switched from the school to the, what was it called when you guys were in, Tristan? What was that school that, like, when they took y'all out when COVID happened? No, what was it called? It doesn't matter. We went from school to computers. And we found a history book from that event in our life, and I set it outside because that's a really sad moment tied to that book. And our energies imprint on things, because our souls are energetic. And you have to understand science to understand that. So that's a bigger subject I'll have to get onto later. Anyways, we moved here to a 3-bedroom, 2-story house, and we went from walking, because when we moved here, we had a van, and then there came a big giant cold, right? And I think it froze my engine block. There was no snow, but it was cold. It was like cold as the moon. But anyways, we moved here, and we started getting sick because we were going around people, and so we had to build our immune systems up and stuff. But anyways, I got better and sick and better and sick and better and sick and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I was sitting at the foot of my bed one night, and I looked over, and there was this giant cat. I'm serious. It stood about 2 right here on me, and I'm 5'3". So I'm pretty tall. That would be about 4 foot tall, and it's just sitting there like with its paws in front of it, as proud as it could be, and beautiful. And usually when I see apparitions, or whatever the fuck it was, whenever I see stuff like that, I don't ever see their faces, but I seen its face and I seen its eyes. And it had pointy ears. You know how like those one big cats have those pointy ears? like real, I don't know. But anyways, it had thin gray hair, so thin that you could see its skin, and its skin was like a grayish pink. And it was sitting there, and its feet were as big as my hand, or John's hand, like a man's hand. And I looked away, I averted my gaze, and when I looked back, it was gone. And I didn't see it anymore after that. Didn't see it anymore. Now, I had some other paranormal experiences that I want to share with you guys, but I don't have much time today because the kids are home from school. And we pretty much gotten to the point to where we would rather be together than be sick and separate and secluded and isolated and just, I just want them to be able to have normal lives and make friends because that's very important, and learn things in school because everything that we are taught for a reason. Because our parents really care about us, you know it? And our ancestors do too. For real though. But anyways, I'm gonna be finishing. I gotta go finish editing a tutorial and then do another one because I gotta make them all obsidian necklaces. That's for spiritual protection. Now crystals, they don't have like any base religion. They're just given to us by a higher power to use for tools. And they actually have meanings and special qualities and healing stuffs and all that. This is a green tourmaline. I made this recently. I called it Psyche after the goddess Psyche. She's a pretty cool goddess. I think all of those things exist. But see, I was sitting in the parking lot at Food City at my local grocery store the other day. My heart's palpitating. I've got to tell you guys this though. It might be a little scary, but we got bigger things to fucking worry about, y'all. I was sitting there and I asked a special question in my head to God, which is the creator, God the creator. I asked, and all the gods, really, they just gonna have to fucking get along. They're just gonna have to fucking get along because we ain't got enough people to go around, y'all. But anyways, I asked a question and I got really sick. And they were going in the store. They went in the store, John and Jana did. And I got sick and nauseous and I was getting ready to puke, kind of like I feel right now. Will you give me a cigarette, please? Anyways, well, it wasn't, it's not that strong right now. I'm just like freaking out because I'm talking to people. I love you guys. Like, for real though. Okay? Now, I'm the type of person, I've connected with the earth extremely over the past, ever since I moved here. I've been able to connect with the earth and nature and something bigger than we are. But anyways, let's see, where was I at? I lost my train of thought again. Where was I at? Oh, I was sitting at Food City and I got sick and I felt really heavy. Like my chest felt really full. And so, the air got thick. So I opened the door and I was listening to my music and rocking out because, that's just what I do. That's who I am. And I looked up I was sitting there with my hands on my knees curled up because and my feet were on the ground. And the door was right here beside me, and I leaned down, and the door covered my view over here, right? And then I felt like I was going to puke. And I looked up, and I stared at the earth. Now, this was after I asked the question. I stared at the earth, and it stopped. Everything stopped. The leaves stopped moving, the birds stopped tweeting, the fucking bugs stopped. There was nothing moving at all. And I about puked. I held it in, I was strong. And then I stood up and closed my door, and there was this real creepy cop car that was white, and it had like these black bars on the front, and the hair stood up on the back of my neck. And I went in the food city. And when I went in the food city, I was walking around the food city, and there were all women in there, and I couldn't see none of their faces. And then I went around 3 times looking for John and Jana. And as I was going out the front door, I looked at this woman, and she told me where I was with an expression on her face. I didn't even have to say anything. And I said, God, please. And I rounded the corner, and they were there. And we left. And then when we left, they were all men in the parking lot, and they had their backs turned to me. They were protecting me. If they were our ancestors, the women in the thing were our ancestors. You know what? I believe they were letting me know that they were with me for this. Because this is something bigger than we are. When time ends, it means it ends. Completely, it just stops. That is what the end of time is. Okay? And we all have to connect spiritually, because we can't be strong unless we're united spiritually. Because that, you know. But anyways, I have notes in my book that I'm going to share with you guys on everything that I've learned. But they done that to show me that they were there, that they were with us. They are with us, and God is with us. The Son of Jesus is with us, and Eve is with us even. Okay? Do you know who Adam and Eve is? Right? God gave them immortal souls, eternal souls. He gave you an eternal soul if you do good. Each good deed you do is a stair step that you earn to heaven, which is your timeline. It has to do with time. Do you know what time looks like? Have you ever seen a jetliner start up and you see that shit that looks like heat rising as it spins? That is time. Okay? Our spirits travel through time. And if we don't love one another, we can't connect. So we are on a spiritual level as America right now. Okay? And I'm bringing you to that level with me. Because I care about y'all, and y'all need to know this. Okay? Now, I do love all of you. No matter what you say back, I still love you, and I'll keep coming back and keep coming back because I love you. Now, when I first moved here, we didn't have a car, and we walked for like a year, I think, to town. That's 3 miles, and carried our groceries back up the mountain. Or no, it's 12 miles round trip every day, unless we went only to the Red Barn. Give me a lighter. I hate cigarettes. Don't never start smoking cigarettes, y'all. I'm trying to quit myself. I will allow myself 1 an hour and 3 extra ones. God does exist. Adam and Eve's souls are immortal, right? So they get to travel through time and help other people spiritually, and help their children, because you're all their children, Adam and Eve's children. Like Adam could have been Jesus in another lifetime, only spiritually, or Eve could have been Joan of Arc or Aphrodite. Her spirit is eternal. She gets reborn into time, and so does Jesus and Adam. They're all the same people, I believe. I know this. And they were put here to take care of humanity. Okay? I know this is a lot, but it's a lot. Now, I just learned all this in the past 4 days, but now I'm also trying to put out there who I am, so that you guys know who I am. I miss the fucking 90s really bad, too. I've been through hell and back a few times in life, you know it? And I'm trying to get off of Suboxone right now, and it fucks with your mentality too. But I've been tapered down for like 3 months. It's took me all summer to taper down to one pill from two. Now I got physically and mentally, addicted to them. But if you turn the mental shit around, and if you start feeling negative, this obsidian will help you, and it will protect you, and it will guide you, and it'll keep you grounded. Now, I've learned all different things from all different religions, and a lot of them are the same religion, and they're the same gods because they've been reborn. They just don't ever remember who they are unless God gifts them those memories as their soul. That is deep, y'all. That is fucking deep. I guess I'm going to go for now, and then I'm going to come back and talk to y'all. And I'm sorry I haven't paid attention to the chat, but I have ADHD, and if I had been paying attention to the chat, then I wouldn't have been able to get it out. So I'll look at the chat and respond to you guys after I get this published, okay? And thank you so much for your support if you are supporting me, because you are very much appreciated. And you guys have helped me get really far in life, to a 3-bedroom, and now the boys have their own room. And I live here in this chaos. There's my energy drink and my water. You know it. And they have legal marijuana now. You can buy it online or like in the gas station. It's like actual butts. If you have an addiction problem, you smoke that and you get your butt out there and work out. If you can, but if you can't, then at least you got your weed, man. I'm serious, though. At least you got your weed. They should legalize weed everywhere so it could help it, because that is from Mother Nature. Did you know that whenever a pot plant is growing, it has like those ripples, like heat around it, because pot makes heat when you grow it? It would be so cool if we could have local farms, because Kentucky used to have the best pot growers in the world. If it could help us get off of prescription drugs now that the doctors didn't even know we could get physically and mentally addicted to this bad. They was supposed to get us off the other drugs. At least I'd be doing something that's natural, and it's also spiritual. You have a spiritual journey too if you can connect with your spirit and God and know that God gave you an eternal soul. Okay, we all have souls, all of us, and they are more important than we know. Anyways, I'll probably make a few shorts thinking at you to see what you guys think. Like I sent my boys out in, if you look on my Facebook, I put a post on there about our history, the Southern and American history, about respecting our ancestors and loving our ancestors. Because we have ancestors too. All these other religions have ancestors, but we're not allowed to have ancestors. That just don't make no damn sense. I don't think that they would care, honestly, because they're good people too. I have friends from everywhere, all over the world. I love all people. You know what? I really do. Y'all be good, okay? Be good. Bye. How do I do this? The timer is still ticking. So how do I? Sorry. I want to get some low-rise pants. They fit my body best. Come on, please. Just end the live. I don't know how to do it. John, how do I post this live? The camera is still on.